Testing, testing. Sound is good. Sound is good. Yeah. We're live. Welcome, welcome. My name's Blades. This is Amberskies, the future of 3D networks. And today we're back on Windows. After our little journey into Linux yesterday. I think next week might be Linux only because I want to actually get on with doing the base programming for, this game that we're doing. But today I want to try a little experiment. But we'll see how this goes. Everything's live. Put a reset on there. Okay. CPU usage, frames per second. Live stream is good and stable for once. And this is why I'm not using YouTube. Ah dear, I don't know. So, let's get this prepared today. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple of different things. So I am going to need a tool to do that with. I have a snippet tool, don't I? Ooh, we've got bells and dinglings going on here. Thank you. Snip and sketch might do me some good. Yeah, that white should do. Let's have a chalkboard, please. Right, we can use you later. Let's see, what else can we do today? So that's a chalkboard. Oh yeah, I know, let's get started, shall we? Alright, I saved this for you from last night. Last night what I was doing was messing around with what we had done on Linux, the programming that we did on Linux. And we know it works. I mean, there's no two ways about that. So I just dragged the bits and pieces over here, put my deps in, and realised that my libs are wrong. And I've got glue32s.lib. So I can't run it. I need glue32s.a with a lib at the beginning. I don't know where to get it from. So we might look into that a little bit. But what I really did this for is to try out Twitch, Game, and Amber. So I have to switch on View, Hidden Files, yeah. What I'm going to do is take a copy of this, because I still want to play around with that bit, so... Okay, where can we use? I'll just copy that over to repos or something. Doesn't matter where I put it. Yeah, repos is empty, this'll do. Alright, so it's a load of files because I've got my dependencies in there. So I'll pop those across. Come on, get on with it. Come on, Microsoft, it can't be hard to copy files from yourself to yourself. Right, here it is again. Hidden files is on. So what I'm going to do is delete VS Code. I'm just going to delete everything that I don't want. Debug, don't want. Release, don't want. Don't want the QMake. Amber is source. Header file is good. Profile is good. Needs altering. Check. Profile looks like this. So Amber, glue static correct. Go down. I don't need that in. I'll keep it in. See, this one will work, even though it's not got the correct glue library. Why? Because this is in itself a library and doesn't get linked. Won't go through the linking stage. I'll take that include path out. Don't want any include paths in. I just want it straight libs, as if it's just come off Linux. Save. So take any modifications out that I was doing and playing around with. Okay. That should work. Build. Irrelevant. Don't need. What I'm doing is I'm going to test out Visual Studio 2019. So we don't need any of the make files either, do we? So that's Amberskies done. What I'm doing is trying to get it down to bare bones. Don't need, exec, release, don't need. We should only have source. Build, don't need. I'll look in the profile in a minute because there's more to change. Pro user, don't need. And don't need, so yeah, we're right down to the bare bones, as it were, and this has to change. Because I was doing a load of rubbish in here. Right, I can leave Amber as it is. And I changed all of this lot, didn't I? Darn it. Yeah, I did. That bit's okay. This bit's not. Get rid of that. And instead replace it with libs. Plus equals, and it's got to do it in the Unix style, Linux style. So for that, it's glfw, it's -l glue, -lgl in capitals. Yep, glue statics up and running, Qt's out. Depths shouldn't be there. That should. Okay. Yep, that'll do. That's stripped right down now to just Linux again. Fantastic. I don't need to put 3 at the end now. Right. So I've now stripped down the whole of this game business. And this is exactly the same code that we had yesterday. Exactly the same code. So this is a bit of an experiment for me because I've not actually tried this yet. This is Visual Studio 2019. Oh. That didn't work. Can we try that again? Continue without code. Thank you. Alright, so here it is. Visual Studio 2019. We have a download to do. Well, maybe not. But I have an extension in, don't I? Qt VS Tools. And yeah, 5.12.3. Yep, that's okay then. So extensions, what was the one under there? There you go, Qt, open Qt project file .pro. So we will go to our repos. I'll just dump this for now. I'm going to do amber. Hello, amber. Let's see what it does. Okay. Oh. Show all files. Thank you. So it's included everything, has it? Oh, it's put in a release and debug anyway. Darn thing. So yeah, it's picked up on everything. And it's left the Amber Pro out, which is correct. And the QMake stash out, wherever that came from. I'm sure I deleted that. Interesting. Okay, only thing I'm going to do is delete. Yes, thank you. Stop complaining. Delete. Okay, stop complaining. And I just want to redo a reference on here from the properties. So general, intermediate directory, exec. No, output directory. Different options. Oh. Should I just leave it as it is? Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it as it is. Static library, so it knows what it's doing. Okay, cancel. Let's not touch a thing. And let's just see what it does. So, build. It says build solution. Okay. Build Amber. Okay, can I open the file glglue.h? No such file or directory. Compiling source file, display windows. Now, how does it know? Hold on a minute. Okay. That's interesting. It knows where they are. So what toolchain is this using? According to me, it's using MSVC. And these are wrong, aren't they? Right, what I'm going to do is something slightly different now, because obviously that didn't work, and I didn't expect it to work actually. But now I want to try something different, so let's close the solution. Close the solution. Amberskies. Save changes. Yeah, whatever you want to do, I don't care. Amber Twitch. Okay, right, we'll get out of that. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to use a console app. And it's going to be Visual Studio Test, VS Test. It's going to go into repos, solution name. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, great. There we go. We get the normal rubbish. So, and to make sure that it's not cheating, I'm going to add. No, I'll just do it in here. Stuff it. hash include glue, please. Nope, I want GLFW. Glue 3. Hold on a minute. How did it know? What's going on here? So hash include it's GL slash glue.h. Hold on a minute. What's going on? End, doesn't matter. So, printf. No, let's do it properly. If glfw init. Hold on a minute, he's got it here. There you go. GLFW underscore. Is it okay or whatever? No. True? Yeah, there it is. This is interesting, actually. Printf. Because obviously I've been up to something. And what I'm going to tell you from all of this is astounding. Absolutely 100% astounding. Because now I'm in a position where I'm going to print f glfw has initialized. We then have to claim the resources back, by the way. Terminate. So reclaim the resources back from the system. Else. It's only a small program, don't worry. Printf. Well, it's only a few lines anyway. Whoops. Do it properly. And I'm not spacing it out like I normally do. Printf. GLFW failed. Okay, big capital letters, just to show that it fails. Let's put some \n's in to be doing it correctly. Why not? At the bottom, I'm just going to have system pause because for some reason Microsoft doesn't like to do that. I don't know. And then I'll just return 0. Because I have an int to satisfy. Although Microsoft will completely ignore that and let me run the program. Debug mode. Wallop. I've not changed a thing. There we go. GLH included before glue. That's correct. You have to include glue first. There you go. GLFW has initialized. Dun 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 dun. How? I haven't touched a thing. Hold on a minute, let's just have a look at VS Test properties. So first of all, it's included glue and GLFW all by its own sum. We'll go into that. So under general, additionally include directories, there aren't any. So it wasn't me that did it. I haven't cheated. Linker. Input. Kernel. Alright, let's get the next. Can we have a list, please? Yeah, we can. User. No. Okay. Okay. Now, there should also be debug notifications and things like that. I didn't check on the build. I can still check, can I? Well, not really. Because we succeeded. Darn it. Oh, darn it. How can I stop it from going into all of this rubbish? I want to show it. I can't show it directly on the console. No. Oh, we can just do a build, can't we? So clean. There it is. Yeah, okay, right. Just do a build by itself. Build solution. Have a look what's happening here. Okay, elapsed time. Very quick, yeah. I agree with that. Warnings. Now I've got this on higher output because I wanted to know what was going on as well. Here we go. Deleting, No, it's not giving me anything. There it is. That line there. Here it is. Using triple X Windows from C VCPKG installed X Windows blah blah blah. Targets. How does it know to use it? That's why it's interesting. I'll show you what I've done. I went online, okay, and I put in VCPKG. Okay, Microsoft. And it's a Microsoft product, by the way, this. Okay, so this is one of Microsoft's GitHub repositories for stuff that they have, okay? And it helps manage C and C++ libraries on Windows, Linux and Mac OS if you wanted to. This tool and ecosystem are constantly evolving, and you're obviously people have to say what they want to include. Just type help and quick start. So git clone, yeah, did that. I then went into I was on my C directory, so I git cloned on my C directory, changed my directory into VCPKG, which it made. Let's get that up on screen, because we can. There it is. Okay, we'll just leave you over there a second. So you can just see them on the edge there. Okay. And then I typed in bootstrap bat. I didn't do the Linux stuff, obviously. That's PowerShell, by the way, I used. I used the administrator's PowerShell as well, which is on File, Open Windows, PowerShell, and it's that one. And it'll just pop you into this directory. So, integrate install, blah, blah, blah. Install. No, I didn't do that line. That just tells you how it's used. So it's used exactly the same as apt, APT, or yum, or whatever it is you use on Linux. Whatever package program you use on Linux. And what I did was I installed glue, yeah, GLFW, and GLM. That's interesting. So, that theory aside, I want to try something even stupider. So there you go, that's what it is. It is an actual Microsoft thing that they have. It's like a sub-project from wherever it sub-projects from. From here. You know, VS Code's here. So, yeah, that's interesting. I like that. I think that's a little bit clever of them. What I want to do now is test whether it will pick up external programming or not, or whether we have to go this way through. But there you go. That seems to be a way of using glue and GLFW very easily. How's about that? So it's instantly available, but when I put in a program that came from there, it doesn't seem to want to know. So what I would have to do, I think I know what it is, you know. Yeah, just close this solution. So blah 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 blah. Cut you out. Just keep you going for a minute or two. So I'm messing around with this kind of thing. I'm still experimenting here. Sorry, my bad. I love doing these experimentations where I have a look at what can and what can't be done. So we did repost, didn't we? Let's strip it down again. Test. Right, so we've proven that it works. Twitch, here we go. Get rid of you. Delete. Get rid of you. Delete. Let's start that again. This time I'm going to take everything out of the profile that I can get away with. So the libs I'm going to take out. I'm not going to tell Visual Studio which libs I'm using. I'll put Qt on the end there, just to make sure we get rid of it. And that can be reduced to glue underscore static, because that's needed. The other one isn't. That's not needed. So really I can get rid of those lines. Let's get it down to the bare bones so I can see what it's doing. Okay, it's not using those ones. Get rid of those. Unix, don't care. That's not the point of this. Right, so there's nothing here that's telling it what we're doing. It's got one defining that I want. It tells me don't do all of that. Target Amber, it's a library and it's a static lib C++17 and it's debug. Get rid of debug. Okay. Let's try that. And yeah, we have to get rid of all this lot. I'm finding this interesting because it's doing things that I didn't realise it would do. Like stash file creations. What's this about here? Amber Maths. Oh, I've got VS left here. Right, I've got it down to the basic bare bones again. So let's just try Amber again. I'll leave you up. Microsoft, Microsoft, Microsoft. Right, I've got two ways of doing this. I could use the profile, or I could just let Microsoft search through it and make a mess. So I want to use the profile on purpose. Extensions, Qt. Open a profile. We'll have Amber. There we go. There we go. That was short and sweet. Oh, go on then. I just wanted to look at you. There you go. You can't find them. That's interesting. Yeah, I've just shown that it can. So that is programmed differently. Which is interesting. So if I do code outside of Visual Studio and then import it into Visual Studio, it's not going to pick up. Unless... Any ideas? Any ideas on what on earth is going on? I know I've got a theory. I know what's going on here, and I think it's Microsoft being a bit awkward. But delete. I'm going to finish after this last try. I'm going to take Amber Pro all the way out this time. I'm not going to have an Amber Pro. So that is now just a bunch of C files. Okay. Amber is now just a bunch of C files. So. Oh, did I leave anything in there? God, I closed it, didn't I? If you leave any trace of anything, then it's not going to work as a test. Nothing there, nothing there. Go back to Twitch. That's okay, yeah. Don't need that. Delete. Alright. Certainly don't need that. Delete. Right, okay. New. There it is. It's there. Project from existing code. Welcome to the Create project from existing code. What type of project would you like to create? I'll take C++. Thank you, Bob. Oh, I better drink my coffee actually as well. Twitch. Okay. Finish. There you go. Created a project called Twitch. Never mind. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Not bothered. So everything's there. And everything's there. Build. Which I find interesting now. because what it can't do is link. It didn't have a problem before, but it can't do it now. What can't it link? Blend, oh, GL, OpenGL. Now that I would expect. I'm sorry, but yeah, it doesn't know to use it because there's nowhere in here that tells it to use it. So OpenGL is fine. I mean, that's an easy one to do. You just click on additional dependencies here, hopefully. And you type in OpenGL32.lib. Semicolon. Oh. Okay. And it still can't find it. That's interesting. Well, I didn't expect to come across that one, but that's the closest I've got it. It's picking up on the rest of it, it's just not getting the OpenGL right. What did I just do wrong here? God knows. OpenGL32.lib. That's right. Okay. All configurations. I wonder if I'm supposed to put that at the end. Order matters. Configuration, directories. This is what I want to look at. Library directories. It's not in there. VC_include path. Right, I'm going to have to rummage through all of these paths now to find out why it's not pathing to the OpenGL, which is interesting. Okay, that's me playing. Sorry, my bad. I wanted to talk about this today. So, yeah. Let's see what we can talk about with dice. Let's head this out, dice. So I'm going to take a short break as I sort my head out for dice, because this could get a bit wobbly, to say the least. Do I have a sticky note? Do I have a sticky note? Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting stuff. So as long as I don't put any OpenGL in there, it'll work. Yeah, right. I'll come back to that. I'll have to do a proofing first. Right, okay, I'm going to go and get a fresh cup of coffee because I've run out and I'm still a bit thirsty. Okay, I'm back. I'm home. Here we are. Today's main topic. I've messed around with this enough now. Sorry. Well, not sorry actually, because that was quite interesting. It's given me some results now that I can work on later. How to convert into VS, or how to convert onto Microsoft. I am going to take a new tact on that with VS Code. I have got some ideas now for it. Let's have a look. Snip and sketch. Here we go. I can get rid of my keyboard for a bit. Yay. Lovely. Let's get one of these. Let's just make sure I've got a pen. Yeah, I have got a pen. Am I comfortable with it? Not really. I'm not comfortable using this, so I need more practice, obviously. I think that's what it really is, practice with these things. And obviously a clean surface to write on. So, today's main topic, I'm going to be looking at dice. Okay. Random number generation in games. So, I'll put here for games. Okay. Not necessarily for any other thing that you might want. I'll talk about games, but if you want to know about random number generators or anything else, as always, just ask. You can get me diverted onto a different subject if you want. You can ask about anything you want, like how the heck I'm writing so badly. Let's see. I want to have a line here and a line here. Okay, that's one. A line here. And a line here, please. Right, two graphs. These are going to be probability graphs. So, we'll title them probability. And these are going to be percentages. 1 to 100, obviously, I hope. And let's talk about the style of games that you might come across. Things like XCOM, Battlefront, any FPS game. How does an FPS game use dice? Well, it does, but it doesn't use it in the same way as, say, a role-playing game would use dice. Now, on an FPS game, let's put FPS. I'll do this over here. So we've got FPS, first-person shooter versus RPG. Okay. An FPS game doesn't use dice in the same way. It uses it'll use percentages for variation. Where an RPG will use percent result to get a result, should I say. And the difference you can see, the best way to look at it is any first-person shooter game versus XCOM, Apocalypse or whatever, Enemy Unknown, whatever. Another good RPG game is the one I'm using, Ultimate Online, where it uses dice as percentages. So 1 to 100. Alright, let's get back over here. So let's do 1, whoops, D, 100. How do I get rid of that thing up there now? Get off, go away. Go away. Don't know. Mouse, come here. Help me out, thank you. Don't know what I'm doing. Here I'm going to have a look at 3D6. Okay. What's the difference? A big difference. 1D100 will look like a flat line, like that. Okay. 3D6 will look like this. A bell curve. So, which one would you choose? Well, for me, the probability of success is always equal to the percentage probability that you are given. So if you have a skill at 95%, your probability of rolling under 95% is the area underneath the graph. Okay? 95% here is right down the bottom here, and it's all underneath the graph. In fact, it's 95%. So, it's when you come to 50% that the differences occur. Because at 50%, you've actually got a lot more chance on 3D6 of rolling 50% than you have on a straight 50% here underneath that graph, if the graphs are done properly. And that's the whole point to this. On a 3D6, it's biased. Whereas on a 1D100, there is no bias. So 3D6 roll, if anybody who's experienced this already knows that if you've tried, I can't say the word. No, I'm not allowed to say that. But 3D6 always ends up around 10, 9. What is it? 10, 10.5. 50% on here. Equals 10.5. A roll of 10.5, which is you can't do. And 50% on here equals 1D100. It's actually 50 point. No, it's just equals. Get myself mixed up. So that equals 50. So it's you get a 50-50 chance. It's a straight percentage. So there's the basis of what I want to talk about. That's to your background. Which one should you choose? Well, this is interesting because I personally don't like 1D100, because even when you've got a 95% chance to do something, your dice roll still only has a 95% chance of it happening. On a 3D6, if you have a 95% score or chance of doing something, your roll is almost certainly going to happen. If that makes more sense, you've probably got about a 98% chance of, or 98.9% chance of rolling underneath a 95%. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. On a 3D6 system, if you are of average skill, you have more chance of rolling under your skill, than if you are of average skill on 1D100. And that's the whole point to this, because the 3D6 is biased. Okay. So, do you want biased outputs or do you want non-biased outputs? In an FPS game, I'm not sure actually. I think I still like the biased idea. I still think if I point my crosshair at somebody and shoot them, I still think it should be biased towards me being able to hit them. I mean, you've got range factors and all the rest of that in there, calculating the skill. But even so, it's one of those awkward areas. I don't think it's a percentage. I don't think humans work on a percentage. We work on experience, possibly that favouring a certain weapon, or if it's an FPS game, maybe knowing how something behaves will make a human bias their attempt. Humans are biased. Robots, on the other hand, are non-biased. That's what I'm trying to get at. So if somebody is botting in an FPS game, they are non-biased. And that's how you can spot bots. That's beside the point. Now, how you use your dice is also something very, very, very important. It's what do you use them for? Do you use them to have a variation, or do you use them to have a result, like an RPG game? Well, my personal issue with both of those is that's no good. Why not have both? Why not have the complete thing rather than splitting it in half, which is what happens. I mean, that's how it's programmed nowadays. This is the whole point to programming games nowadays, is that no thought has been given to this. No thought whatsoever has been given to it. And this is possibly, probabilities is half of my life. Using probabilities comes heavily into system design and how systems should work. So what I would like, personally, what I am going to go for, so human, I've done it again with that click. I'm going to have to watch my clicks, aren't I? Let's put it towards the bottom. There we go. So humans equal biased, because we judge things because we judge a situation. I think that's the best way of putting it. We are, the results that we incur have a variation. Because we have something called human error. And that's a real thing. That's not me making stuff up. And when we do something, we also have a result. That went badly. How do I do this now? There we go. Hold it down. Okay. Oh, it's now in that mode. So there's your result. Didn't do that very well. We have a result which is true or false. we either succeed or we fail at what we try to do. Okay? So that's what a human is like. It's all of those things. So why do games still use this? I don't know. Why do games still split between the two? I don't know. Maybe it's because people don't know how to program further than rolling a dice. Well, today I'm going to show you how to use biased variation result. And that's my answer to the dice problem. So for biased, I'll use 3d6, not 1d100. For variation, we will measure the amount of success of the roll. For result, did you roll under your skill or over your skill? And it's as simple as that. There's no real surprises. There's no real technical bits and pieces to this. It's a little bit of simplistic. I won't even call it maths. I won't even go that far. But this is what I want you to say. Have we got any questions on this kind of stuff, or does this make sense? Or am I just talking rubbish? Anyway, let me get my notepad. So I'll write down what I've just said. So I'll go and program this now. So humans. So what would I suggest at this point is I go back to Linux. We are biased. We judge. Variation is human error. And result in my opinion is irrelevant, but true or false. There we go. So that is what we need to keep track of. Let's put this away. Oh, hello there, Nikito97. This is programming games. I'm just looking at the random number generators that people use in games and the effects of the probabilities that they use. And today's games mainly use 1 to 100% variation, which is a non-biased robotic way of programming games, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Probability and statistics. No. Keep watching the channel, because I'm about to change to Linux. I'm getting off Windows. I've had enough of it already. Right. Here we go. There's a reason for it. It's just an explanation of why I'm going to choose 3 times a 6-sided dice in my game. That's really all it is. Right, so the stream is probably going to drop now for a reboot. Because this is Windows. And I'm not, at the moment, happy with programming on Windows. It still hasn't done what it's supposed to do. So if you bear with me, give me a couple of seconds and we'll go on to part 2 of episode 9. So, Nikito97, hit that follow button and give me, 4 minutes. So, back in 4 minutes, I suppose.